Imagine a scenario where the humans on the surface decided to wipe out monster kind once and for all, and began an attack on the underground. What would Asgore do? Well, my viewers, there's only one thing he can do. Actually, there's two, but in this scenario, let's say he doesn't have the 6 human souls because they were stolen by SEAL Team 6. And that is to mobilize his people into a proper military to defend themselves against the human invasion. That's right. Today, ladies and gentlemen, I will be going over the military hierarchy of the underground if every enemy you face ended up becoming part of Asgore's army. Now, you might be asking, Kustopia, why does Asgore need a military hierarchy in the first place? Well, my dear viewer, it's because I like structure and I think this video will be fun to make. Also, I got this video from a Polygon Unraveled video about Bowser's military structure, and this video takes a lot of inspiration from it. I'll even be using the same ranking system because why not? And I'm not really that big of a military nut, so I'm unaware of what constitutes as a war crime, so for all you military and law buffs out there, I have a little game for you. Count how many times I mention something that could be considered a war crime. Anyways, this ranking isn't just about power, but leadership and cunning as well. So without further ado, let's get started. Frogget is definitely the textbook private. I mean, look at his shape, his design, his personality. Everything about him just screams basic grunt. So of course Frogget would be put in private rank. Whimsun is just another private rank because there's no way I can see him being anything higher. They'd probably desert the army if given the chance. Moldsmal is also at private rank due to it literally not having a brain. I mean, do I even need to elaborate on this one? Monster Kid is also a private. Wait, are Child Soldiers banned? I mean, probably, but still, Asgore needs all hands on deck here, so sorry innocent child, you're off to war. Migosp is an ideal corporal because he looks old and therefore he's wise. He's only this rank because he wants to be alone all the time. Giving this guy anything higher would not be beneficial at all. Moldessa is a powerful and capable monster, but considering it's canonically delusional, I don't want to put them in too much of a position of power. Jerry was only given the sergeant rank because he was being annoying and didn't want to be a private, so I just gave him this one so he'd be happy. He would not shut up. Snowdrake is canonically a teen, so them being 18 and therefore capable to enlist is a possibility, but if they aren't, that's just another war crime, so that's my bad. Icecap is another teen, so another war crime maybe, hopefully not. So sorry is the strength of a good sergeant, but due to their personality and clumsiness, they're unfit for a leadership position. Although Luke seems unfit for the rank of warrant officer, his guttural rage when picked on makes him quite an effective soldier and worthy of the top of the infantry ranks. Giftrod's advanced age and decent strength makes him a good warrant officer. Sadly, his desire for peace and quiet and lack of trust makes him this low. I'm not sure if Childrake is also a teen like Snowdrake, but hey, they deserve a decent rank as when their friend Snowy went missing, Childrake went looking for him, showing how he looks out for his comrades. Vulcan is going into officer cadet rank because despite them being incredibly nice and loving, they're too adorable to be put any lower and they deserve a position of power, albeit a small one. Also, they're literally volcanoes, that's kind of awesome. Temmie is a character that, despite their incoherent babble and weird abilities, have this strange camaraderie about them that makes them worthy of an officer rank. Also, they have Temmie armor, which if purchased makes you extremely tanky, which brings up the question, why do none of the Temmies wear it? Washua is a character quite worthy of an officer role, as their desire to keep everything clean shows their ambition and passion. Pyrobe serves as not only a second lieutenant, but as an explosive expert in Asgore's military. The only issue with them is the fact that not every monster can coincide with their heat-loving ideals. Aaron is quite an effective person to have on the battlefield as his powerful muscles allow his troops to hide under him and makes them feel safe and secure from danger. You know, all except Temmie. Glide, despite being very secretive, will make for an effective first lieutenant. His desire for constant attention allows for enemies on the battlefield to focus on him instead of others. Not to mention his secrecy makes him a key asset when it comes to transferring information. Astigmatism is a monster known for always getting his way, meaning that his hand of authority is a mighty one, making his skills as a leader quite known, ironic considering he doesn't really have any hands. Sunderplane, despite its odd personality, is quite effective in an officer role due to its incredible ability of carpet bombing. It may seem weird that Parsnip and Vegetoid are this high of a rank due to their less than stellar combat skill, but the way both of them act make up for it. They both have this desire for everyone to eat healthy, and with soldiers under their command, they will be sure to take care of and keep them in tip-top shape, making them worthy of the role of captain. Final Frogget's ability to look towards a brighter future makes him perfect for the role of captain. This understanding of exactly what it needs to do in order to obtain a brighter future makes them a good choice for an officer. It may seem pretty weird that Moldbygg is this high due to them being a mindless slime creature, but remember, this thing is capable of hiding its true form and ambushing their opponents. Not to mention that their monstrous height and odd appearance make them appear like beacons of hope for everyone around. Maybe that's just me, and maybe I'm just insane, but whatever. Whimsalot is a monster who's unafraid to look danger and fear in the eyes, and when faced with adversity, its bravery remains true. This steadfast courage makes them worthy of a high rank. Now, despite Chiron's lack of combat capabilities, her deadly yet enchanting songs can give her allies confidence and her enemies fear. Magic is a monster that would be amazing in a role of authority. Why, you might ask? Because it's a badass wizard. Also, the title Major Magic is great. I love alliteration. Night Knight's strong and mighty abilities make her quite an effective fighter on the battlefield, and worthy of a high rank. Sadly, if one person sings a lullaby, she's done, so don't put her near Chiron. Doggo, despite him being an actual fighter and a member of the Royal Guard, is only able to see things that are moving. Despite this, he's a hardened and capable member of the Royal Guard and deserves recognition. He's also a heavy smoker, meaning he fits right in with other high-ranking officers. Now, I completely forgot to add him in the video, but Onion-san is also a major, because he is an awesome Kraken monster and will do great against the humans, probably. Unless he tries to talk to them, then which he's screwed. Lesser Dog is a character deserving of a high rank, as his combination of a sword and shield make him perfect for offense and defense. I'm also giving him this high of a rank because 1, his involvement in the Royal Guard, and 2, when you pet him, his neck extends, and if that's not a morale booster, I don't know what is. Greater Dog, much like his name suggests, is above Lesser Dog on the hierarchy. His massive plate armor and desire to give out love makes him a great fit for Colonel. Also, a Colonel being a literal dog is hilarious. Dogami and Doggeressa, much like Doggo, are essentially blind and rely on their sense of smell. The difference is the fact that they can work together quite well, and their weapons are freaking massive. Muffet is a character with an Undertale that canonically has command over a group, that group of course being her spiders. Due to her ability to set up traps with her massive webs alongside her experience as a leader, Muffet is deserving of a general rank. Santa's probably a controversial choice to put this high. He's really not that great of a leader, and his lack of ambition makes him seem pretty insignificant. However, I'm sure if forced to, Sans would step up and take action. He's actually shown to be quite smart, and with his various tricks and abilities, he'd make for a good general. Also, it's Sans. Literally, I can put him high, I could put him low, and someone's gonna have a problem with it. He's just so controversial, just might as well put him high. Papyrus is going all the way up in Major General rank. I know it's weird, a Royal Guard in training going all the way up to Major General, but Papyrus's abilities to set up deadly traps alongside his combat skill make him a deadly foe. Sadly, if it wasn't for his reluctance to kill, Papyrus would be much higher. Mad Mew Mew is another character who has command over an army. With hundreds of dummies and robots, the Mad Dummy is no novice when it comes to leadership. Not to mention, they can't be killed. Despite this, their temper and violent outbursts make me unable to put them any higher. RG 1 and 2 might seem weird to put this high, but the way they're portrayed in the game make it seem like their strength is second to only Undyne. In the Royal Guard, I mean. They're the only Royal Guards present in Hotland, potentially meaning their responsibility is that equal to Undyne's, as she's the sole Royal Guard in the waterfall. Their team attacks and overall skill are admirable, but their only weakness is the fact that when they're alone, they are a lot weaker. But come on, when are they actually alone? Mettaton is an ideal general during a time of war. Due to his charisma, willingness to kill, and cunning, Mettaton is definitely worthy of the rank of general. Mettaton is also capable of flight and making traps. His celebrity status in the underground also gives him points, as seeing him fight will inspire others. It's no surprise that Undyne is at the top of the hierarchy. Her skills as a fighter are second to none, and her capability to lead is top-notch. There's nobody else who I believe could fit the role of Field Marshal, except Nubert, but he is not in this game. Now, like most military groups, special divisions are formed in order to complete certain tasks. Asgore's hypothetical military is no exception. The Stealth Squad is a group consisting of Dummy, Napstablook, and Flowey, as these three are quite capable of staying hidden. Dummy is capable of hiding in plain sight, Napstablook can turn invisible, and Flowey can burrow. Now the question of whether or not Flowey would join Asgore's army is one that can be debated. However, for the sake of content, I'll say he is. The Amalgamation Squad consists of the Amalgamates. They're like the special forces of Asgore's army due to their inability to die. They can be let loose in the front lines as shock troops in order to rattle up the enemies. I mean, how would you feel as a human seeing those things run up to you? Now that the special forces are out of the way, let's go over the top dogs. Toriel would be the head of the National Security Council and would advise and assist Asgore on emergencies and maintaining security. I know that they're divorced, but I have no idea where else to put her, so she can just be this. Alphys would be Asgore's Secretary of Defense due to her intellectual skills and ability to create powerful security technology. Asgore would be the Commander-in-Chief because of course he is, and that's it. I'm not really sure what note to end this video on, but let me know if you think Asgore and his people could fend off an invasion from the humans, if they somehow manage to break the barrier. Also, let me know who you think deserves a better rank. Anyway, that's all for this video, and I will see you all in the next.